Aye, that Stephen King book of short stories. Would you mind if I spoiled a few of these stories? I don't know if I did before. Would you mind? Right. I don't know if I did it, but it's Stephen King's new book of short stories called "You Like It Darker." I thought, oh, that sounds interesting because I like Stephen King's short stories. I have liked his stuff in the past. The novels, I'm just like, I can't be fucked with it. The recent stuff, I liked Misery because I'd seen the film Misery. It was fucking long. Well, so I like The Long Walk and a few other bits and bobs, kind of shorter stuff. Shorter stuff I've got the fucking... It doesn't go on too much. But honestly, these short stories, I thought, oh, they're going to be darker. I don't know, it's going to be darker. It's called You Like It Darker. It's going to be something quite dark. The first fucking story, I told you this, did I tell you this? The first story is quite one of the kind of longer ones. Some of them are only like 10 pages. This is about maybe 50 or something, right? And I remember saying a bit of this on the stream, right? But I'll tell you a wee bit more, right? So this is a spoiler. This is a spoiler. The story's called Two Talented Bastards. Like bastard, but bastard, some sort of pronunciation, right? And it's these two guys coming from some small town who, when they got to their 40s or something, suddenly they're kind of like normal guys. One's like a fucking electrician or something like that. One's a mechanic or something. Their pals grown up in this wee town, and it just so happens they're pals. And it just so happens that at around about the same time, one starts to become, in their 40s, one starts to become a very successful writer, and the other one starts to become a very successful artist. And it was in wee news stories and all that now and again, like how they just picked up this talent at a late age and were quite, well, middle age and were really good at it. And the whole story's told like as if it's somebody's wanting an interview with them, because the artist, the writer guy, he's old and he died, and they're interviewing this son, and his son reveals the secret because he read a letter. He read letters and things like that and documents lying about. And basically it goes through about half of the fucking story. And I'm like reading it, I'm like, get on, mate, nothing's happening. It's when they went out hunting. I remember saying this in the stream before, they went out hunting, right? They went out hunting one night, these two guys, the older ones, the artist and the writer, when they were when they were in their 40s. And they went up here and they'd gone through the trees and looking for this deer and yapping about. I'm just like, fucking get on with it. And then it says, and I don't know if I did mention this in the stream, right? So here's the spoiler. They saw some lights in the sky. I was like, oh, fuck me, what is it, a fucking alien? Did an alien give them fucking... And like they said something to do with UFOs. The government releasing something, UFO stuff. I was like, what? Fucking... So... They end up, there's like somebody lying there at a bridge, a woman who, and they go into, like, she's lying there unconscious, and they think, oh my god, what's happened to her? They touch her and the kind of horn goes kind of through her like she's made a fucking putty or something like that. Turns out she's an alien. They save her life and they get given a gift, some object, and they open it. There's nothing in it, but it's sort of like they breathe something. And that gives him the gift of being able to... He was trying to kind of get good at writing. Now he's a really good writer. And the artist one, who was trying to get good at art, is now as a gift to them, a really good artist. And then... And that's it. And then the son is a kind of... No, an epilogue sort of thing, but the son goes to the cabin that they had... That his dad used to have, the dad that became the talented writer and all the rest of it, and finds that object thing that was described in the letters that his dad wrote or whatever it was, and he does it, but nothing really happens to him because the alien said something to his dad, something like, it can only give you what's already there. something like that. There's already a talent there, so he feels kind of bad about it or something. But really, like, half of the fucking story is just all the, nothing to do with anything, just kind of describing things and wee conversations to make people feel more real. And then about 3/4 of the way through, maybe it's a bit about aliens. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about fucking aliens. An alien's gift for saving somebody's life. I was like, and this is one of the bigger stories. So that was one of them, right? So the next one was like kind of short one. So I read like 3 to begin with, right? The next one was about 10 pages or something. This one's called, that was called the Fifth Step or something like that. And it's a guy sitting on a park bench. And so this is a spoiler. There's a guy sitting on a park bench. And this guy comes up to him and sits next to him on the park bench, even though there's nobody around, on the other benches. I was like, oh fuck, what's this then? And the guy says, oh, can I talk to you and all the rest of it? And it kind of reveals that he's an alcoholic and he needs to, one of the steps in this 12-step program thing is to tell a stranger or whatever the bad things you've done or something like that, right? Go around the people you've met, you've done bad things to, and try and make up for it or apologise or whatever. And maybe another one is tell a stranger. And he says, oh, my sponsor said I have to tell somebody. And he's kind of talking about his ex-girlfriend or something like that. And he says, is there a bit to leave? He says, oh, I slashed her throat or something. And then pulls out a knife and stabs the guy and says, another thing I need to confess, I just love to kill people. Blah, blah, blah. Thank you for helping me, and away he goes. That's it. I just like... It's only 10 pages, right? But I was just like, oh, come on. Come on. Creepypasta. Aye, it's like something like that somebody does a wee animation version on fucking YouTube. Something I just... And see at the end, the guy goes, aye. And, aye, so see you later. Oh, by the way, one thing I want to confess, I like killing people, stop me. And then the third one, I can't remember what the fucking third one was, but this fourth one I read that other night, that's the kind of last that I've read. There's like about 12 stories in it or something, called The Turbulence Expert or something like that. And it's like, as a guy, and he's either he's with his family or I can't remember, he's at a hotel or something like that. And he gets a notice, right, we need you right away, hurry up. He's, oh God. And he has to do it. He's roped into some sort of job, right? You think he's maybe a hitman at the beginning, maybe something like that. It's no. And it's like, I was like reading that, I was like, what? He goes on a plane, right? And there's turbulence. And I said, I don't even fucking follow it. It's a kind of short one, and there's turbulence, and people are sort of like bouncing about and all that, but they managed to survive it. And he was thinking, this is it, this is the one we're going to die. And then he's talking to some kind of old woman about it, blah, 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 blah. And he says, he offers her the job as a way to sort of get out of his job. And basically his job is some sort of supernatural kind of thing or something. There's a company, an agency or something like that know when there's going to be really bad turbulence. So bad, it might make the plane fuck up and actually kill everybody. They know that somehow, and they send somebody like him to go on it, and they've allocated a seat to him. But because him thinking, oh no, we're not going to make it, or something, helps keep the plane up. Like, if you've not got enough people thinking that, or hoping, I don't know, then, it has an effect. And I'm like, and then like the old woman, he sort of gives, he tries to get her roped in it because he tries to get his job. He doesn't want to date anymore. And now she started doing it. At the end, she gets a phone call or something. And I didn't even bother to go back and go, say that again. By him being there, hoping or thinking they're not going to make it, or hoping they're going to make it, has he got a special power that enables him to? I don't know that, because he's scared and everything. I'm like, what? I don't fucking get it. It's like coming up with an idea for something. You're on a plane, you come up with an idea. Imagine if it's just the kind of collective hope of people that actually keeps the plane up. Do you know, that's actually a good idea for a story. Is it? Well, I've got fuck all else. Collective hope of people is what keeps plane up. But then we'll have it's got to be one person, and it's got to be like, if he wasn't there, then there wouldn't be enough hope. The person that was meant to be there does not have enough hope. I don't fucking know. It's just like, right. I was like, that's 3 stories, 4 stories now. Give us a wee second. You like it darker. 4.6, man. Astonishing. Willie the Weirdo, right? Willie the Weirdo. That's the other one I read, right? Another short one, right? There's a boy, and his sister sort of calls him like Willie the Weirdo. He's weird and all the rest of it. But it's kind of, the boy's sort of close to his granda. His granda's like dying or something like that. And they talk about dark stuff like, oh, what was it like when you killed that guy? Or, I don't know, some army thing. Or what was it like? Talking about sort of stuff like that, right? Anyway, and the boy liked to like collect fireflies or something like that and watch the light go out. And I'm kind of wee sort of psycho type of thing. And then at the end, the dying granda in the room alone with the boy goes, come here. Come on. You want to see what it looks like? The lights go out my eyes. And he's like, "Hi, can I watch you die? Come here." And then grabs him. And says something scary. Can't quite remember. And then, let's say the granda had a habit of going like this all the time. The boy emerges through the room later and says, "Granddad's died," type of thing. Oh no. And then he goes like that. Like, because the granddad would tell stories about stuff that happened in the past. That like 500, it tells what happened at and it's like some fucking battle for 300 years ago, that kind of thing. So, because he thought, oh, he's just making it up and all that. I bet he likes the stories. Turns out he probably actually was there because he's got some sort of power to go into, like transfer his life force into a younger person kind of thing. Something like that. And I was just like, reading it like, I'm going to need a wee bit more than that, Steve-O. Going to need a wee bit more than that. That's 4 stories I've read now. One of them was a wee bit long for a short story. I'm getting a wee bit pissed off now. You're going to lose me as a customer. So is there always a young person at deathbed? It doesn't mention it, but like, probably, maybe. Just it's like a fucking 80s Twilight Zone. As in, no one of the good ones.